Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to be doing a deck profile of my updated Celestial deck. I did change it up a little bit. I had another Angel Feather deck that I took apart and I put the Cupid card in here just to give them more options to toolbox from the damage zone. So unlike Grand Blue, who the toolbox is the drop zone, Angel Feather uses the damage zone. So damage zone, not quite as consistent as the drop zone in terms of you have less options. But with Celestial's new support, it seems to work pretty well. I'm surprised at the type of combos that I've discovered that I can pull off with this deck that I didn't really know until after actually playtesting the deck over and over and over again. So for grade 3, we're still running 4 Cleanup Celestial Ramuel Reverse and 4 of the regular Prophecy Celestial Ramiel. I've seen quite a few people actually try to tech in Raguel, and I actually was doing that originally as well. Raguel, it's a good idea. I'm not saying that it's a bad idea, but for me, I don't know. I just have 4 copies of this, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go all out reverse. But both builds work fine. With Raguel being mixed with Ramuel Reverse, does give you more, I guess, play options depending on what your opponent's using. So it's pretty easy to toolbox both of them as well into the damage zone. So for grade 2, 1 Essence Becca, or Essence Celestial Becca. Most people say this card's irrelevant and don't run it. It's not needed. That's partially true, but I don't know. I think it's just I put it in there for variety, and also mainly because I only have 3 of this card, so I only have 3 Emergency Celestial Danielle, and I really only think you need 3 of these. A lot of people say run 4. I don't really think that's necessary. Then 3 Wild Shot Celestial Raguel. If I was gonna take this out, I'd probably run a 4th one of these. But for now, this is what I have, so this is what I'll just use. And then 4 Candle Celestial Sariel. With the new support that they got from set 13, some people only run like 2 or 3 of these. I still run 4, even though it's an 8K. It's a terrible ride turn 2 because its effect is only on rear guard circle. But I mean, that's another reason why I run 4 of it, mainly because I really want to be able to get my Celestial Ramuel Reverse in the damage zone so it's live. And now if I wanted to tech in Raguel, yes, you definitely need to run 4 of these so you can throw this and Raguel in there and set up the deck that way. That's a grade 2 lineup. For grade 1s, the only non-Celestial in the whole deck is Battle Cupid Nociel. So 2 of this. It's very important to have as many ways of manipulating your damage zone, so this is just another enabler in that regard. Next, 4 Marking Celestial Arabaki. This is your 10k grade 1 attacker for Celestials. Then 4 Nursing Celestial Narelle. This is a must-have at 4. It's similar to this, only it's for Celestial. And then 4 of the Perfect Guard. So that's my grade 1 lineup. For the trigger lineup, I'm still playing the rainbow triggers because Celestials, and I'll explain why here in a little bit, but right here, just 4 crit, 4 stand, 4 heal, 4 draw, and then the starter is still Peniel because I think this is a better starter than the other one that they got in set 13. So why am I running rainbow triggers? Well, because with the Ramuel Reverse, you need to have Celestials to lock. You can't lock, like, if there's been a couple of times, and also, well, there's been a couple scenarios where I have to call one of these on the field to have another lock target, because it is locked too. But the nice thing about her is you can use the effect like twice, meaning you can, let's say you have a field like this, just throw some random stuff over here. Let's say your field looks something like this. You can, like if you want, you can lock 2, then, you know, mess with your opponent, like get rid of one of their damage and retire one of their stuff, put it in the damage. And then you can do it again if you really want to. Like if your opponent's deck is very rear guard dependent, like for example Aqua Force, you can do it a second time. Like so you only will have 2 attacks, but then with stands in the deck, like you could potentially get 3 attacks in this scenario, and both of these would be plus 10k in this scenario. So this would be like if this is cross ridden, this is 13 plus 10, that's 23 unboosted, and then this is what, 22 unboosted. So if you check a stands up, attack again. So that's why I'm running the rainbow triggers, mainly just to give the deck as much consistency as possible, and it does pretty well. It has a surprise factor. So let me know what you guys think of the deck. Celestials is one of my more, like, I like playing as a reverse deck. This seems pretty cool. So let me know what you think. As always guys, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.